A delivery note is made when a package is shipped from our company's warehouse to the customer. It contains a list of items that are being delivered and updates the inventory accordingly. A delivery note is usually created from a submitted sales order. Let's go to the sales order list and open a submitted sales order for which we want to create a delivery note. Here, we can go to the Create button at the top and click on Delivery Note. As we can see here, this will open a new delivery note with the customer details and items fetched from the sales order. We can add any other details we want and then save and permanently submit this delivery note. We can also create a delivery note manually by navigating to the delivery note list from the stock module or by searching for it in the Awesome bar. We will first have to select a customer. Then we can use the Get Items From button to select a sales order linked to this customer. We can select multiple as well. Once we select the sales order, we can click on Get Items. The items table will be populated with all the items in that particular sales order. Once the items are added, we can add some other important details. First, we can set the source warehouse for this delivery. Let's add it here. Next, we can add taxes or charges that are applicable here in the taxes and charges section. We can even add the transporter's information here in the transporter info section. We can then check and add other details like discount, terms and conditions, commissions, etc. We then save and submit this delivery note. Pick list is also an important concept we should know about from where we can create a delivery note. A pick list is a document that shows which items should be taken from our inventory to fulfill pending orders. We can access the pick list in the stock module or search for it using the Awesome bar. Here, we can see a list of all existing pick lists created in the system, and we can add a new one by clicking on the Add Pick List button here. The company field will be already filled. We will need to set the purpose field, that is, why we are creating this pick list. There are three options here. The material transfer for manufacture option will let us select a work order from which raw materials will be fetched to add to the list. If we select this option, we will select the work order and then we will have to add the quantity of finished goods for which we need raw materials. The second option is material transfer. This option will let us pick a material request for which we want to pick items. The third is delivery. This option is used when we want to add items from a sales order and deliver them. For this example, let's select delivery note and add a customer. Next, if we want, we can select a parent warehouse here, which will then only let us select warehouses that are listed under that particular parent warehouse. Once we select this, we can click on the Get Item Locations button to get the warehouse selection for each item. In the item locations table, we can add the items with their stock and warehouse details. We can also edit and check them by clicking on the Edit button for any item. Once done, we can save and permanently submit this pick list. Once we submit, we will be able to see an Update Current Stock button which will update the inventory according to the submitted pick list. We can create a stock entry using the Create button here. We can also create a delivery note from the pick list we just submitted. Once we click on the delivery note under Connections tab, it will create a delivery note from here. We can save and submit it. Now, let's move on to packing slips. A packing slip is a document that lists all the items in any shipment. It usually goes along with the goods shipped and is created from a delivery note. Multiple packing slips can be created from one delivery note. Let's create a packing slip from a delivery note now. This delivery note has to be in a draft stage and not submitted. Let's go to the delivery note list and open the delivery note. From here, we can go to the Create button at the top and click on Packing Slip. This will open a new packing slip with the items fetched from the delivery note where we can edit items as per our needs. If the total items from a delivery note are being divided into multiple packages, then we can define these package numbers in the From Package Number and the To Package Number fields. Next, we can add the package weight details. The net weight is calculated automatically according to the sum of all item weights, and the gross weight includes packaging material weight. We will even define a unit of measure here. Lastly, if we want to add a letterhead for this packing slip, we can select it here in the letterhead section. Once done, we can save this packing slip. We can even create a packing slip manually by navigating to the packing slip list. We can click on Add Packing Slip. Then we can select a delivery note from which we want to fetch items and the other details as we did before.